Mayor Anderson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. If there's no other business for this, it is 4:56 and we'll stand adjourned.
A week filled with criticism and backlash ends with unanimous approval for a new agreement between Fort Myers Police and ICE, a step that puts Fort Myers in line with 67 other counties and cities that have already approved the partnership, and one that Mayor Kevin Anderson says was necessary.
Well, to keep us in compliance with what the state is requiring as far as working together with ICE, with federal agencies, to keep our community safe.
Wink News was at the special meeting all day talking to people before, during, and after the vote. And the Night Beat's Zoe Warner joins us now from City Hall live. Zoe, do we know why council members changed their votes?
Russ, simply put, no, but there could have been multiple reasons on why this vote happened today, including that backlash the council's been receiving all week from state and federal leaders, and even the city attorney's personal recommendation for council members to approve this memorandum in today's meeting. The public outraged after Fort Myers City Council's unanimous revote to pass the memorandum of partnering FMPD with ICE to remove illegal immigrants from the state. And after a long week of council receiving backlash from state and federal leaders, Mayor Kevin Anderson is looking towards the city's next steps.
Now, instead of having to rely on ICE to respond, we have those resources in-house. So it just makes that process a little bit more efficient.
When I asked Mayor Anderson how he felt about the overwhelming amount of people who showed up against the passing of this agreement,
They don't really have the data or the facts to back it up, saying, how do we know how this is going to, how it's going to affect the relationship between the community and police? How do we know that? We don't know that until it happens or doesn't happen.
emotions were at an all-time high throughout the meeting, up to right before the vote when Councilwoman Bonk called out the city's attorney.
I must express my grave concern that there was a significant dereliction of the duty on the part of my city attorney. We as council members were put in the position of voting on a matter that was not within our legal authority or jurisdiction, as the state rep also reminded us at the top of this meeting.
With council receiving personal threats for their previous choices, Mayor Anderson says there will be no tolerance for them, and FMPD will be handling it.
They will be investigated and, when possible, prosecuted.
But with the agreement passed, some of the public is now left wondering what this means for the future of the city.
The amount of violence and threats that were forced on our elected officials was awful. But what this shows is that that type of violence and threats works, and that's what's really bad for this country.
Now, Mayor Anderson also told me even though he disagreed with the vote previously on Monday, he still respects his council members and he expects everyone else to do the same. Live in Fort Myers, Zoe Warner, Wink News.
All right, Zoe, thanks.